So we talked about birth records just briefly and death records. So birth records in Philadelphia, they were microfilmed by, I guess, the Utah Genealogical Society, which is now Family Search, and are up on familysearch.org. People probably ask you this all the time. Are there additional birth records prior to 1906 that Philadelphia has that aren't already up online on Family Search?
I'm not quite sure exactly of what is on Family Search or Ancestry, because that was a privately done project before my coming to the area, but I can say for sure that we do have original birth records from the city from 1860 to 1915. We also have supplemental records. As far as birth records go, there's some from the Almshouse, and there's also some birth records we have here from the Philadelphia General Hospital. But in terms of overall city official records, in terms of private births, if you will, we do have the official birth records from 1860 to 1915. Birth records, as well as some other genealogical specific records that we would have, like our marriage records, which we have from 1860 to 1915, as well as death records, 1803 to 1915. Depending on how much you pay for like Ancestry or Family Search, sometimes you can get those online, sometimes you need to come in here. For example, we use Family Search a little bit on our own when we sort of get stuck, or to give us sort of a shortcut to some records from time to time. And even, again, we have original records that you just cannot get. Even if you have a free account on Family Search, you can have a free account there without paying anything. You just need to create an account, but there's still records there you cannot get there on the site, or you might need to go to one of their research centers.
Right. I did notice that with the death certificates. So I guess you can look at the ledger books for the deaths, which were the returns of burial cards, it looks like. It looks like the Philadelphia County Clerk at the time was writing in as they got the burial cards back of who died, in these ledger books. Yeah. And then, go ahead.
I was going to say, some of our original records, like the birth, marriages, and deaths, and we have a lot more than those, but some of our original records for those three subjects, they're not like an individual certificate as you might think today. Some are very basic. Some of them are in like a group of who was buried that week or who was born that week, but it is still considered the original official city document. And most of those, if not all of them, I believe, especially the births and the deaths, were part of the original health department records. So that's why the city archives wound up with those sort of materials.
Okay, gotcha.